Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Big Blue News Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Beesmore, and tonight we are going to just recap the Miami of Ohio game that happened on Saturday night, along with previewing UK versus Florida, and we're going to talk about the injury bug at UK with players being injured right now. Trevin Wallace is coming back from an injury. He was game time decision against Miami, Ohio. Kenneth Horsey is supposed to be the starting left tackle. He was also injured last game. I think he played a little bit, but let's start talking about what happened with Kentucky versus Miami, Ohio. It was a great game for sure. UK won in a blowout. I'm happy they covered the spread. I was surprised that it was only 15 points, but UK did win 37-13. Saturday night, I was at that game. Obviously, I was a little unimpressed with our offensive line and then also our running game. I know Will Levis threw one interception near the end zone. I was thankful that the Miami of Ohio player tripped because if he did not trip, that would have been a pick six to the house. But Will Levis last game went 21 for 32, had 303 passing yards, three touchdowns, and one interception. And like I said, I'm just thankful that whenever he threw that interception, it was not a pick six for Miami, Ohio. We got very lucky with that. Stats wise, for rushing yards, we only ran 50 yards, and our uh, our running backs they did not look the greatest. As you all know, Ramon Jefferson towards ACL per Kentucky Sports Radio and Matt Jones. So we won't have Ramon Jefferson. He only had two carries for 10 yards, but I think he would have been a great player if he was able, to play this season. But more than likely, he's out the rest of the year with a torn ACL. Hopefully, he's granted a medical shirt year so he can play at Kentucky for one more year. Granted, it was only, two plays he was in. So hopefully the NCAA allows that. As for the other running backs, Kavasier Smoke had 7 carries for 32 yards. Juton McClain had 6 carries, 16 yards. LaBelle Wright, 3 carries, 10 yards. And then Will Levis had 7 carries for negative 18 yards. And yes, in the negatives for sure, which stinks. But I think with Will Levis, if he can be a dual QB this year with being able to run and also pass, I think UK will have a great year. I do remember one play, Will Levis, he threw the ball way too hard, and the wide receiver, yes, had his hand on it, but he could not make the catch for a touchdown. I do remember that happening one time. Um, and I'm a little disappointed with Ramon Jefferson being out. Chris Rodriguez is probably going to still be out 3 to 4 games. I had it confirmed a couple days ago, but Matt Jones made the announcement today. I should have made the announcement a couple days ago, but I was told not to just from the source. But uh, from what I heard and what Matt Jones also heard today is right now for Chris Rodriguez, it's up to the NCAA. It's not up to UK and it's not up to Coach Mark Stoops. It's up to the NCAA figuring out when he'll be back along with Jordan Wright. So that's why we don't know if Chris Rodriguez will be back after the third or fourth game. Hopefully he will be, but like I said, our running game really suffered this past game against Miami of Ohio, and hopefully it can be better for next game against Florida. I'm a little nervous about it, but I think we'll be all right. To continue on, Juton McClain, he's listed as week to week currently right now, so he got injured last game as well. I don't think we'll see Jordan Wright play. I know he's a part of the suspension because Mark Stoops, like I said, he isn't calling it a suspension because technically it's not. He's just withholding players right now due to what happened. I know the reasoning behind what's going on. I'm not going to say because it's a little dicey to say what's going on, but I do know what's going on within the UK program, and I'm hoping the NCAA will make a ruling soon so we can get Jordan Wright and Chris Rodriguez back because we really need them back for the year if UK wants to do something magical this year for sure. And then, like I was mentioning earlier, Trevin Wallace, he was game time decision versus Miami of Ohio. He's supposed to be back against Florida, and I think that would be a great player to have back because he was the player that returned the ball for a once Josh Pascal blocked that kick last year at Kroger Field. Trevin Wallace picked up the ball and ran it right into the end zone. That was such a great moment. I was not at that game. I wish I was. I remember I was at Double Dogs with two of my friends, and we were watching that game. And I was like, "What if this kick gets blocked?" And it did. And it was all uphill for Kentucky after that. Like I said, I'm excited for the Kentucky versus Florida game, though, that's coming up Saturday. I forgot what I predicted in my preview season for UK. I think I said UK will win 27-13. But with all these injuries and everything that is going on currently with UK with Chris Rodriguez and Jordan Wright, I think it'll still be a good game. I still say UK will win, but I don't think it'll be as far sighted as I said, with it being 27-13 in my previous podcast that I did by myself. I think it'll be closer. I think it'll be low scoring, but I still say UK gets this win. It'll be low scoring, but I say they'll win 24-20. Very low scoring game. I know it's not really too low scoring. I mean, it's 3 touchdowns and a field goal for Kentucky, so not too low scoring, but you get what I mean. I still say UK wins by 4 points. It'll be definitely an interesting game. Our O-line will have to step up, and our secondary will have to step up for UK if they want to win. Anthony Richardson is a dual QB. He can run, he can pass, so I am going to be very interested to see how UK will be able to contain him. I'm expecting probably DeAndre Square to be the QB spot for UK, and hopefully it works out. But I think UK will have to definitely pass the ball a lot more than usual. I mean, last game they passed the ball a lot. I remember one possession they didn't even run the ball at all. It was literally pass, pass, pass every single play for one of the drives, and I was like, "What's wrong? Like, why aren't we running it?" Because I remember we got down to the goal line and we weren't even running. I'm like, huh? It resulted in a touchdown for UK. I forgot which drive, what possession it was, but I do remember it was literally every single play was a pass play. I'm like, why? But like I said, it ended up with UK scoring a touchdown. They won that game. But I was also surprised that Florida moved all the way up to 12th this coming up week after I know they beat 7th ranked Utah, but I was surprised that they went from unranked to 12th just like that. I was thinking maybe they would be like top 20s, I would say, maybe like 23 to like 20. But no, Kentucky didn't even go up any spots. They stayed at 20. So it'll be very interesting to see how this game shapes up, how the new head coach for Florida with Billy Napier does, along with their QB Anthony Richardson. And hopefully UK can get a win. Hopefully Jordan Wright will be back, but I don't think he'll be back for the Florida games. I do think he'll be back week 3 against Youngstown State. So I think UK will be fine after this week. I'm predicting Chris Rodriguez will be probably back by the Northern Illinois game or Ole Miss game. So either week 4 or 5 of the year. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully the NCAA makes a ruling over Chris Rodriguez and Jordan Wright in the future. And hopefully our running back depth chart will be fine. I know, like I said, Ramon Jefferson is gone, and then for the year because of his torn ACL, and then also another running back who I forgot to mention, or who I mentioned earlier, with Juton McClain. He's week to week currently, so hopefully we get at least Juton McClain back. Hopefully he won't be injured, against Florida, because we need our running backs to step up. We need Kavosier Smoke to step up. we also need Lavelle Wright, whoever else needs to step up at running back along with our offensive line. It'll be interesting to see what Kenneth Horsey does as a left tackle. But like I said, the two main words for UK going on in the future will be the offensive line and then our secondary. I think if we can get those two under control, UK will have a great year. I'm still predicting Kentucky will go 9-3. I'm still predicting our losses will be Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Georgia. Hopefully, I'm wrong and we can go 12-0. But I think our team is definitely not as great as it was last year. But I still say UK has a chance to go 9-3 before the bowl game and hopefully a 10-3 year this upcoming year. But that's all I have for tonight's podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed. I know it's a little short, but like I said, I just wanted to talk about the Miami of Ohio game, the injuries and suspensions of players, and then also preview a little bit of the Florida versus Kentucky game. I will have another podcast uploaded on Saturday before the game, so y'all can listen to that just to talk more about the UK versus Florida matchup. I'm excited for the game, and hopefully UK can win. Hopefully it'll be a blowout and UK wins by 20, 30 points, but I doubt that will happen. I have it as 24-20 UK wins. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate it.